right, hello everyone, and welcome to On the Anvil. It's me and Chris tonight. Chris said we had to do that sound because that's how you know it's a Mace episode.
You explicitly asked for it.
Nah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
You explicitly asked me to do that.
Nate's out today. He got his booster, and he is experiencing some. I shouldn't get too graphic, I guess.
He got wrecked.
He got boosted.
He's boosting pretty hard.
He been boosted.
It's the same thing that happened to me. I got my booster last Friday because my thing was like, well, that way I'll just feel bad on the weekend, and then when we get back around to working, I'll be fine. I was dizzy for 3 days.
That's what I heard.
I was on Monday. I didn't come in. I did the meetings and stuff. But the entire time I was just like
having vertigo spells.
Yeah, it was weird. Like neither of the regular shots hit me that hard. I felt bad for like the next day after the second shot. But, like, the booster, like, knocked me out.
The first shot made me feel like I had done an arm day. And then the second shot, I could have been out for maybe 3 days. So, we'll see how ill I become with the next one. But Welcome to On the Anvil. I'm so excited to be back with everyone. Happy Chris is here so we can bounce jokes that fail off of each other. But, because
like
Nate's
we've ever
out,
missed.
We're doing a shorter episode. Hope that's okay. We'll still do the giveaway, and I'm very happy to see everybody here, including my father. Hi, Dad.
Which booster? Oh, Pfizer. I think we both got Pfizer.
Yeah, I got Pfizer.
You got Pfizer. Nate got Pfizer.
Yeah. There's a Pfizer family.
I think almost the entire office is Pfizer.
I think it was more wide. Like, I think I know 2 people that are Moderna here. But
Eric isn't Pfizer. Eric was something different. I can't remember if it's Moderna or J&J.
Would you also like to dox them?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, that's what happens if you get the Moderna actually comes with...
Yeah, okay. Too much.
You go to Moderna's website.
Dial it back.
They've got everybody listed there.
All right, so welcome to On the Anvil.
Have bad things about booster reaction. So that's the thing. Like, Eli got his, and Eli didn't feel anything.
Yeah, some people are really resilient. Did Eli not have the arm pain either?
Yeah, he had, apparently he didn't feel it at all. Like, no arm pain, no sickness. Apparently Eli was perfectly fine.
That's the farmer in him, just...
That's what it is.
Plowing through it.
Just being out in nature.
Yep.
That's what it is.
It'll fix you. So, welcome to On the Anvil. We have some news items. Do we want to cut straight to the news?
Yeah, let's cut to the news.
Should we do the sound effect as well?
Which one?
I don't know if you want to throw up a sound effect.
Well, so the thing is, Nate usually provides a sound effect for news.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? No, I've got an idea.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. All right. Here's the news team. Welcome to the news segment. That was Chris's lovely voice. He's actually in a heavy metal band. You wouldn't know it.
That's not heavy metal. I'm sorry. Are we gonna call the Who heavy metal? What?
Nothing.
You gonna call the Who heavy metal?
No, I won't call the Who heavy metal. But that scream could be done in heavy metal.
Yeah.
Have more confidence
It's
in
kind
yourself.
of. Well, it's not a lack of confidence.
So I can tear you down.
I feel like that's more like
drag you.
I feel like that's more like glam rock than.
It's very glam rock.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Yeah. Okay.
The stream is blocked.
It's hair metal. How about that? Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Eli's a druid. That's a good point. He actually, being Sylvan, he actually is not affected by. He can't get the poison condition.
Oh yeah.
Is that a thing? Can Sylvans get poisoned?
That's dwarves. Dwarves can't be poisoned. So we all technically shouldn't have felt anything because we're all dwarves here.
That's true. Is it all dwarves or is it certain? Is it like because there's like difference between like?
I'm pretty sure it's
hill and.
Yes, but I think it's all dwarves are immune.
Oh, Yuan-Ti. There we go.
Somebody in the
Yuan-Ti can't be poisoned.
All dwarves. Thank you, Amy.
And I think monks can't be poisoned after a bit. Or no, it's just Yuan-Ti. Right, because we have a Yuan-Ti monk in our party. Paladins can't get disease.
Go for paladins.
So they don't even need to get vaccinated. Is the thing. All right.
So the news.
The news.
Let's start with the most recent Kickstarter. Have we done a On the Anvil since we ended Reliquaries?
No. Last week.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Hi. Welcome back. The only stream we've done is we did a hobby hang last week, and that's it.
Oh, true. I missed that one.
Yeah. Last week we had to take it off just because we had so much stuff. So here's the thing. So we took Thanksgiving week off after Reliquaries, and now it's like, okay, we're done for the holidays after next week. So we kind of got back, and we've got like 3 weeks to then do all of our end of the year stuff.
Yeah, we're kind of steamrolling through.
Yeah, so
the things that we were supposed to do before Reliquaries and the things that we have to do before we're out again. But
yeah, so like that was the issue. That was the issue with running a Kickstarter right up to Thanksgiving. Was now all of our end of year stuff is super compressed.
It's here. Time is 9.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I have for news relating to Reliquaries is that we are setting the date for the Pledge Manager sometime the week of January 10th. It may be a little bit give or take for that, but that's when you can expect to finally like choose your pledges and pick out what you would like. It's also, if you didn't pledge enough, you can always add on more if you would like, and it's a great time to just add those sets that you want to get. I would love to also hear what everybody's favorite reliquary was, because I saw a little bit of everyone, but I would like to know what our like diehard group of fans that are on the Twitch streams like.
It feels like every sculpt got shouted out by somebody over the course of it.
They all have a lot of love, which you love to hear, creating these things and putting them out, that we made an entire cohesive group of products that somebody's going to want.
We're seeing
what's
bit
your personal
more.
favorite?
My personal God. I have an affinity for the Artificer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that's like a thing that's super up my alley. We're seeing more Eldritch than anything currently.
Okay, I totally get that. Eldritch is gorgeous. My favorite, I think, and the first one, well, not the first one, but I love the Dwarven set for a lot of reasons. I love the color palette, just think it's gorgeous. And then also, there's a Griffin thing in there, which I'm biased, particularly to that creature, but we spell it wrong, which is insulting.
It is very funny to me how so when I started working here, you were Mace Griffin.
Yep. And
then Eli went by Griffin Tamer.
Yep.
So I thought you were Griffin Tamer on the forums for a bit.
Oh no.
Like I got that confused like pretty bad for a while. We just have a number of
You
Griffin
thought I was
people.
like really eloquent and smart for a little bit?
Yeah, I thought maybe you
For, like,
made
a
that your
month.
whole idea. Are you okay? 99%
Yeah.
of the people in the TTRPG community,
Yeah.
if they had Griffin in their name, would make that their branding.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot
Like
of people, though, that even don't have it, make that their branding. So it's like you get a whole field of griffins. What are they called as a group? Is it a horde?
A horde of griffins?
There has to be a name for griffins in a group.
thing
But
of
that's my
griffins.
favorite, particularly because the griffin sculpt, but then also the ram pedestal. And this is just coincidence, and it's me like being egotistical. But Nate had said during sculpting, make it a little bit more Macy, not like Macy, but like a mace. And I was like, huh.
Like the department
This is
store.
my family. This is it. Exactly.
Yeah.
They wanted a parade, get it all out there.
Mace is pretty good for fantasy branding too. That is fair. You got like
Yeah.
you were born.
I was born here.
Your parents kind of like
They knew
they
what.
kind of doomed you.
Well, doomed is a hard word. I think
Well,
they
it's
set me
because
up
Doom
for
is
failure.
no, it's the Dwarven Forge Doom.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the-
yeah,
It's
yeah,
our
yeah,
mascot. Yeah.
That's
So I heard. So there seems like a lot of mock and a lot of murders. A Mace of Griffins is not bad.
that's good.
We're gonna
And
go-
you're spelling
that should be-
Griffin
that should
wrong,
be
but I'll
our-
forgive it, Orion.
That should be our internal term for it. Honestly,
A mace of griffins.
a Mace of Griffins.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
I would die happy.
Put that on the Dwarven Forge wiki.
You can if you know how to operate that and get in there. Get in there.
Get in there.
Do it.
Uh,
The next thing I have on my list was the Idle Champions codes,
yes.
which we heard some people discussing that in the Kickstarter comments, and we just want to clarify that they are coming out. We just got the codes in. They're supposed to be coming out end of this week or like sometime next week. They should be out soon, and that's to every single backer,
Yeah.
$1 and onward. So
It was a thing where we had to compile the list of the emails for every backer and get it to them so they can make a code for every single person because we're doing individual codes
right.
and all that. So we just got those today and now we're scheduling the emails. to
And
go
you've
out.
been playing Idle Champions too. I haven't played it yet, but if you don't play
it's
it,
running on my phone over
Chris
here,
is
plugged
playing
in.
Idle Champions 24/7, and it seems like it's a great game if you haven't gotten into it, and you get a free skin that it's Hammerman.
Hammerman. So Human is
Herman.
the character Herman.
Herman.
Yes, Herman.
Mr. Mon.
Mr. Elmond.
Yeah.
The kobold.
There you go.
Yeah, Human. It's literally 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah.
And it's very good.
What do you do in the game?
So it is an idle game. So for the most part, it plays itself. But it has like strategy elements to it that is.
Oh, that's a clever name.
Idle Champions.
An
Yes.
idol. Yeah.
Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. The fun thing about it is if you do watch, if you're into like the lore of the Forgotten Realms or of D&D as a whole, I guess I should say, or you like watching any of the live streams and stuff they do, like the cast is made up of like Drist is in there, but they've also got like B-Dave's character Freely and the rest of the Heroes of the Plains are in there. It's got a lot of fun. It's got a lot of fun stuff to it. A game that plays itself. I feel old. So the way that it's set up is it's more about like strategy. It's every champion does so many things, so it's arranging them in the right order to make like the right stuff happen.
Did you play before the Kickstarter?
No, I started playing because I felt like if we were going to be collaborating with them, I should know about it, and it's been a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. It's fine to have hobbies and interests. It's good for you.
Is there a link for it? A link to the Kickstarter?
That would be a great idea. To the Idle Champions game.
I think they were asking before. Let me see if I can figure it out. I'll keep looking into it. IME. I guess you got the die for the forest, huh? There's a lot of really good details on those die. Been playing it for years. It should be boring, but it is addicting. That's the thing with idle games. Like idle games, like Cookie Clicker was the idle game. They got a lot of people like into it, but this is more of a. There's more strategy elements to it, so it's not.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush isn't an idle game.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't play Candy Crush. When you say idle, ignore me. I'm pretty sure Candy Crush is in. That's canon, actually. Cookie Clicker, same team.
All right, so we're gonna move on. Yeah. So as far as that goes, if there's any other questions you have about, is it sort of like an auto chess? Kind of. I mean, it's hard to explain. If anybody has any other questions about the Reliquary's fulfillment, let us know. The Pledge Manager is going to be open for like what, a month when it opens?
Yeah,
around a month.
It's going to be open for a bit, and we'll send out a reminder email too because we Kickstarter doesn't finalize anything. That's just where you put in the first round of cash, and then after that, Pledge Manager is where you sort out like, okay, here's how I'd like to spend it. It's more like a storefront, so you get to pick and choose what exactly you would like because we don't know. We just see your name and that you've backed, and then that's all we kind of get. So Pledge Manager is where you have to finalize all those details. So keep your eye out for that email. Should be early January. We did just send out an update about it, and now we're moving to monthly updates instead of the daily ones, which is better for your inbox, but also we have a lot less like new exciting things to show you each day. So just prepare for those emails. The next thing I have...
We'd have a couple questions about it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Will stretch goals maybe apply to the Pledge Manager? We can't say for certain. There's discussions happening, and we'll see what happens. We can't commit either way currently. Yeah.
We're discussing it.
It's a thing we've thought of and have been discussing. It's a lot. So
as soon as we know, you will know.
Yeah. So it's not a thing that's off the table, but it's not anything we can commit to either way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I think that was the major thing currently.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next on my list,
Really
I have Wildlands updates.
Yes, Wildlands shipping updates.
So we actually had some photos come in today from people who have already received their first packages, and you should put it up on the screen. Oh, so this is from IME202, I believe she goes by in chat.
Incredible build. She really put a lot of effort into.
Pulled out all the stops. Was just like, I'm gonna make this my magnum opus build, but.
I'm really happy with how it came out. Like
they
really nailed the paint on it.
Yeah, it's really it's not surprising, but you're always kind of worried about how the factory is going to translate what we send them into the final product, and I think they did an excellent job.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the rest of IME's stuff was unpainted, so she's mostly got a lot of.
Oh.
I think she's saying she wants to paint the, the piece that is like the kind of hidden burrow hole that you can go down into.
Oh yeah, with the fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing she posted. She's like, "This is the first thing I'm painting," and she like did a close up of like the fox on the inside. She's like, "I gotta paint this guy."
A little fun fact is that fox is actually based on Momo, who we have an emoticon for, I believe, but he hasn't been on stream for a while. He's an office dog that's been here since before I've been here, and like we love Momo.
Yeah. So basically, the shipment started going out yesterday. So people who like live really close to the warehouse have already been getting it today, just because it was really close. So I know Six got his, Tellurian got some. Oh, actually, Tellurian also did what I believe is the first build of Wildlands stuff. It's a pretty simple forest build. It's got the Titan's Tooth in it.
Records for that, the first
Wildlands build. I believe this is the first Wildlands build out in the wild.
Oh, that would be fun if we had like a chart of firsts here.
Could be. I've been trying to keep track of it, so maybe we can do something. I don't know.
Who is this?
Tellurian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Tellurian's a long time. He engages with us on like every platform. He's really dedicated. Let's see. Oh yeah, and he used it as a. So we're doing the 12x12 builds of Fortress.
Yeah. I saw one of those actually.
Yeah.
So for people not on the Discord, you should join the Discord if you want to do build challenges. But you should. What is this month's challenge?
So this month's challenge. So we're doing again the build challenge that started it all, which is the 12x12 builds of Forgemas, which is just the only rules for it is people challenging themselves to come up with creative ways to do 12 different builds that are on a 12x12 footprint.
12.
Yeah. It's not like a rule, but
it's
kind
on
of
one terrain tray, essentially.
Basically something that fits on one terrain tray. It doesn't have to be on a terrain tray, but it's just a useful, like...
Well, you could replace your nativity scenes or, like, whatever else you put up for the holidays.
And we've had people come up with some, like, really creative ones last year, and there's already been, like, a bunch. There's been... Oh, I think Orloff has made a bunch. Bellis Klops has made a bunch, I think. People have already been, like... getting on. A lot of people have been like excited for this to come around again, and it's fun seeing all the builds. And we'll need to, when I've got a moment. Tradition.
We're gonna have to keep this one.
Yeah,
I love that. I genuinely adore seeing builds because people will use our terrain in ways that I could never even think of using. And then I live with these pieces, right? They're they're always here, and it's just so creative how they come up with new ways to use things.
There was one last year. I think it was Luke Denby that did it. He just used dungeon floors and walls, and he made like a tower that was over a foot tall, just using like dungeon pieces. It was really wild. So it had like a 12x12 base, and then built up to like a point, and it was like over a foot tall. It was really wild.
You should send me some of those so I can post them.
Yes, I need to, when I have some time, I'm gonna pull a bunch of them.
I'll go on Discord. I don't go on it that often because the notifications, but I should go on and I'll see your guys' builds. What I have seen is incredible, and you guys have to keep doing it so that I can live vicariously as a builder through you all.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my shipping notice yet, which is frustrating. But yeah, so shipping notices started going out yesterday.
Yep.
We had a little bit of a hiccup with the new system because we were setting up a new system.
We're trying out this new shipping system because we used to have to do it like very manually, and that wasn't working for us. So we tried out this new website to use it through, and we got all the kinks sorted out. Me and a few other people had to stay late a few days to kind of recopy orders in and make sure everything was swimming. But now it's like up to code, and it like things are going out. We're ready. It's all coming out to you. After Wave 1, which dice also, as a heads up, are being shipped out with Wave 1, so you guys should be seeing those come up too, not just the terrain, but also the dice. After Wave 1, we have Wave 2, and that should be coming out with shipping notices in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're getting it in the docks soon, but with the holidays and everything, it's kind of hard to really gauge how quickly they're going to be able to get it in because everybody's buying things right now.
Yeah, all the shipping issues that have been happening. It's like, okay, now we're in Black Friday. Well, post Black Friday.
Yeah. Pre
Christmas.
Yeah.
Rest of world. So the second container is supposed to make landfall tomorrow, and then we'll hopefully get to the warehouse in around 10 days, and then they can start breaking that stuff down. The third container is due for just after the New Year. Is our current estimate on it, and then we'll have half of the North American Wildlands shipment
Woo!
In the country.
Also, thank you guys for being patient, because even though we launched during a pandemic, we expected some delays, but it's really been kind of stacked against us, and we've had a lot of support coming in. Just like, your patience has been everything, and we're so excited that you guys are finally getting this stuff, because we've been waiting, and now that it's finally happening, it's really beautiful. And I think it's at a pretty opportune time of the year where you're probably going to be inside a lot anyway, because it's cold outside. So,
Jeffrey, don't worry if you haven't gotten a notice yet. Basically, they finally, like, the warehouse started packing them and sending them yesterday. The notices are generated when the order is finished packing and ready to go. So it'll probably take them through a little bit of next week to actually pack every single order that's going out.
So they started yesterday, but that doesn't mean that all of them went out yesterday. Yeah. And if you still don't see a notice for a bit, feel free to reach out to customer service team, and we'll be able to answer your questions and have a more honed in look at your shipment. What
we are estimating to be safe is if you don't get your notice within the next 2 weeks and you have stuff that is supposed to be in that first container, that's when it's okay, probably should have gotten a notice by now, and you should reach out. But we don't know when anybody is shipping out until you know. We don't have. It's not a plan that is that we've thought through. It's basically the warehouse looking at what they've got, looking at the orders that have to be made, and then packing it then and there. So
if you haven't gotten it, I would also highly recommend checking spam, because even though I work here, some of the messages I get from Dwarven Forge still go to spam. So we're still happy to help you even if you can't find it, but sometimes things end up in spam. I'm not sure the rhyme or reason, but you may not have gotten it yet. And if you have gotten it, don't be scared to look in the folders that have all the other ads that you don't want to look at.
Yeah. Let's see. Any idea what wave the forest tile mega packs or the trees mega packs are in? I don't think so. Tyler was trying to track it down. I think that what's happening is because those are in so many of the, because they're so high volume, I think that the floors and trees, instead of being put into those mega packs, are being put into the mega pledges and heart of the forest and stuff. So I think those are being fulfilled first, because we haven't seen them on the manifest for this container. So I don't think that those are coming in yet. Rest of world shipping is supposed to start. I think it was supposed to be this month. I'm trying to remember.
I'll pull it up. Yeah,
go ahead and pull it up. It was whenever we gave an update on it. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. I'll actually look back at the update real quick.
I got it.
But the way that rest of world shipping is happening, plan to start by the end of December. So it's supposed to happen this month. The way that rest of world shipping is happening is basically all the pledges for North America, as well as the Middle East and I believe Africa and South America, are being sent here and then packed at our warehouse and sent out from the warehouse. If you are in Asia or Australia or Europe, your pledges are being packed individually at the factory and sent out. Being sent straight to you instead of going to our warehouse first. So rest of world shipping, Europe, Asia, and Australia are supposed to start sending by the end of the month on an individual basis. Because of that, you're actually not getting yours packed. Ours are coming out from what's in the container, what's in the containers that are being sent over here. So if you're in North America, the stuff that was in the first container is the stuff that's being sent out right now. For the first wave of rest of world shipping, it's basically anything they've produced up to that point. So your first shipments are likely going to contain forest stuff and mountain stuff. So while you might be getting the forest stuff after North America has gotten their forest stuff, it's actually looking like people in Europe, Asia, and Australia will be getting some of their mountain stuff before North America gets their mountain stuff. If that's the way that the scheduling is looking to work out currently.
While we're speaking outside of the world shipping, I'm just going to do a quick notification to everyone. if you are intending to buy Dwarven Forge for holidays, the final shipment guarantee for you to get those packages in before the 25th is for US the 14th. For Canada, that's the 10th. That's tomorrow.
Yes.
So, Canada.
Wait, it's the 8th today. It's Friday. Friday is the 10th. Today's the 8th.
It's Friday.
It's Wednesday today. The 10th
Yes.
is Friday.
Correct. Got
Yes.
it. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of the world, it was the 6th. So if you order after the 6th, you might get it, but we can't guarantee it. So just wanted to let you guys know that in case you're thinking about getting your DM something, or even your players, or you just want to paint something. It's a good little craft.
Why is it so hard to remember what day it is this week?
The
It's the end of an exhausting year.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember what time it is. Like, why even just days of the week? You got to limit it down to the minute of the hour, too.
When is the Dragos shipping? Where are you, Dragos? Currently in deep now about my storage situation and how I'm ready for that order. Yeah, storage is going to be a thing. I'm very curious to see people's storage solutions.
Oh, yeah, you guys have to get creative. I've already, like... I don't know how I would store it because we already like are running out of room over here and I can't even imagine.
If I have things in container 1 and 2, can I expect 2 shipments or 1? The stuff that's in container 1 will be sent out probably before they get the stuff from container 2. So basically like North American customers could be looking at 6 different shipments if they have something in each of the containers that's coming over. Basically. Rest of world. So the way the rest of world is working, they're basically going to send you your stuff as soon as they have enough stuff from your order to justify sending it out. So like if all they've produced of your order so far is like the Fairy Glade, if you have the Fairy Glade add-on pack and then like the Swamp Mega Pledge, none of the Swamp stuff's been made yet, so they're not going to send you just your Fairy Glade right now. But once they have a more significant bundle of stuff to send you, they're going to do that because all that stuff's being packaged independently. Let's see.
Any other questions?
I think that's all the questions so far. If you have anything else, go ahead and ask, and we will address all the questions we can.
I have one final news item as well, and that is the new holiday bundles that we just launched. Do you have the video for it, or should I just talk through it?
I don't have the video stuff on. I don't have the video prepared. No.
Okay, that's totally not your bad.
I wasn't thought about it.
So with the holiday bundles, each of them gets a gift card. So if you want to buy one for somebody else, you can keep a little bit for yourself, or you can give it all away, or you can keep it all. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but we have the Village Crossroads, which has a bit of the city. It's a lot of slate in it, yes, and then Smuggler's Cart and
the City Crossroads is the Stone Starter Set, which lets you make 3 buildings, one of them a 2-story building. The Wicked City add-on pack, which gives you that cool bird fountain, as well as the horses with the cart and the dude driving the cart.
Smuggler.
The smuggler. Yeah. And the train tray. The idea with these bundles is largely to be a good starting point if you don't have anything in that biome yet. Trying to price them like low enough that like, hey, if you want to get somebody their first set,
Here's where to start.
yeah, here's a nice thing where like this could make a little encounter by itself.
And it has a nice little throw-in of the gift card, so
yeah.
you get more bang for your buck.
There's
next one?
also a couple other things that are on the gift guide page as well that
I'm going to go through the rest of the list real quick. So we have the Croc Cave, which is a Caverns set, and it has the 2-headed crocodile in it, and it also has a terrain tray with it. And then we have...
The Croc Cave has 6 terrain trays.
6 terrain trays?
It has 2 terrain tray 3-packs in it.
Holy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is another thing. I got a little freaked out. I was worried that the price was off because I was looking at it. I was like, oh, this isn't adding up. Like, what's going on? It's because there's 2 of the terrain tray packs instead of just 1.
Oh, I see.
So I initially was...
Well, it's a big build, too.
It's big. And it's the 3-packs of the...
It's big.
6x8? Or no, 6x12. 6x12 terrain trays.
And then the final one that we have is the Caustic Caves, which is dungeons, and it has cages. Caustic Caves.
Caustic Cages, yeah.
Jizz.
Ha!
I said caves. And cages. Oh, come on. It's the vaulted dungeons and then some cages, so you can put your players in a really spooky situation.
It's got the Mimic pack. So the cool thing about the Mimic that we make there is actually... There's some other stuff that comes with the Mimic. There's like little treasure piles and equipment stashes and stuff. And the thing is, if you look at the Mimic sculpt, all of that treasure and like the armor and the weapons and stuff are in the Mimic sculpt. So it's literally supposed to be like a treasure pile that the party goes up to. They're like, oh, I'm gonna grab this treasure, and then it turns into a Mimic. It's just a fun little. It's a fun thing. It's a cool sculpting idea.
Multi-purposed.
These builds they're on sale through the end of the month, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. They're still at the end of the month. We're not offering unpainted, I think, because of... I think to try and keep it simple as well as part of it. Because like the whole goal is like it's supposed to be like a good starting point for people who are maybe nervous. Like the goal is for it to be like nice stuff to pick up and like just be able to play for people that don't have any yet.
Which you had mentioned earlier too. So this is a bundling system that we've tried before only with Build of the Month. And so it'd be interesting to know if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, if you'd rather cherry pick yourself or like just what you think of it in general, because it's not new, but it's like fairly experimental.
When we did the big store revamp, it was like it's a new thing that we can do with the software that we changed over to.
Right.
And so we've been talking about wanting to do bundles. And part of this is an idea that we have for kind of an evolution of what Build of the Month is that I want to solidify stuff with more before we announce anything. But the idea of like having like some bundles that can just be things that live there, even if they don't have gift cards, just like basically a way to have sample builds that you can purchase.
Do we have not to put you on the spot, but do we have a plan when we're returning the Build of the Month? Because we initially had said the end of the year. We do? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, definitely not the end of the year. Yeah, we're not going to be able to cram one out now.
The whole Kickstarter thing happened.
it's one of the things that we want to. Yeah, the Kickstarter kind of. It's one of the things that we want to start up with the new year. We have an idea to take the Build of the Month thing, and our idea, it wouldn't be called the Build of the Month anymore, but we would kind of evolve it into a thing that we think is improved in every respect.
Awesome. Cool to hear.
I'm really excited about I'm really excited about what we want to do with it. So it's a thing that we'll talk more about in the new year.
Splendid.
Yeah.
And you were going to talk about the rest of the holiday web store thing. I'm out of news, so you take it away. There's
other stuff on there as well. Just like we tried to pick out sets that were like the main idea with it was like the biggest problem with us has always been like accessibility. It's been like the on ramps for people who our big thing has always been if people get their hands on Dwarvenite, that's when you like notice like, oh no, like I want more of this.
Well, it's also just like, so Theater of the Mind is awesome, but there's genuinely, I've noticed a gameplay difference too with the actual physical stuff, because it means that you don't drop the ball as much on some of the Theater of the Mind, but then also on the other side it like is just really cool to have that tactical feel. Like I feel like a lot of people in the audience that don't have it, like there's totally so much merit to Theater of the Mind, but I think that it is nice to try it out once or twice. Mm-hmm. Or 10 times or 100.
Yeah. Well, the reality is, you know, like what we make, it's a tool, and it's not something that's going to work for everybody. But for some people, they find it really, for Miles, having played with Miles for years, when there's combat going on, the way that his brain works, the way that he looks at things, when he has a tangible physical environment to look at, it makes it way easier for him to, because he has ADHD. And so having that physical environment there gives his brain things to like.
Yeah, it makes it a reality. It's like makes it a physical thing instead of Well, it's like some people have internal dialogues and some people have pictures.
Yeah, when we would do Theater of the Mind fights, he would have a really hard time conceptualizing things and staying focused.
Yep.
So like for him, like having the terrain literally makes him able to engage better, and so it's that it's a tool, and it's not going to be for everybody, but like I think for the people it is going to be useful for, I think we make the best version of it, and that's our goal.
Not biased.
Not biased. Well,
not
that's
biased. Not biased.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason we all want to be here.
True.
Let's see. Makes it a lot easier for players to make sense of combat. Yeah. Let's see.
It really does.
New build for the cities to Kickstarter entertainment area, the Mind Theater.
Have all the lights out, and just for one game be like, okay, so you're in a room, and I promise I built it, but you have to navigate it without being able to see it.
Mm-hmm. And it in my experience, it makes things. We also have ideas for content I want to do next year that will show how it can be used in other games and stuff too. Do you know Gun and Slinger?
I'm familiar with it. I have not played it.
I want to do a Gun and Slinger stream on this channel at some point because I have an idea for using terrain with it that I think is gonna be phenomenal, and I just need to do it. So sometime next year. Was that?
Lake tiles?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Do we get closer with that ice bridge that is in Mace's view? Oh yeah, we're gonna look at that right after this. What is Gun and Slinger? Gun and Slinger is so it's designed to be played with a GM and 2 players, and it's basically a tabletop game where instead of rolling dice, the way that you play the game is by playing blackjack to do everything, and it's got it's got some really cool mechanics. It's a really good.
It's my kind of game.
It's a really cool indie TTRPG. Awesome. Do we have any other Wildlands Updates? Are there
you were going to say something about the... Oh, no, you already said it. Just kidding.
Are there any other questions about that? If not, let's get into looking at some new pieces that we have coming in with the reconfigurations.
Ooh, okay. So these are Caverns deep, natural bridges.
Yeah, so...
Oh, I already knocked it over.
Yeah, so what we've got on the table here, the natural bridge pack from Caverns Deep is now going to be available in every paint scheme except for Underdoom. We need to still work on the Underdoom version. I think, unless... Is the Underdoom version already exist? The Underdoom version might actually already exist. This might actually be available in all versions now. I think the natural bridge actually... Doesn't matter. But yeah, we just... a couple days ago, we got our final... As you know, if you've been following the channel, we've been trying to level up the Hellscape collection by adding some more pieces. And one of the biggest things people were saying they needed was elevation options for Hellscape. And what's better elevation than the natural bridge? And so we got all the new...
Am I Vanna-ing? Okay.
When it's actually in a full build and the magnets are on a terrain tray and stuff, it's sturdier. Also, when you don't have a full person's hand putting pressure on it. Well, it's come unpainted in yellow dwarvenite. We're currently looking into that. It's not on the list right now, but we thought we'd be getting it. So we're figuring that out currently. But for the people who were wondering, that restock list update that came out that didn't have the new Hellscape stuff on it, we double checked. It was a mistake. All that stuff is coming. And then this is... What's interesting is two of the ice pieces... Or 2 of the natural bridge pieces were already in ice. The 2 on the left of the screen right now already existed. The 2 on the right of the screen already existed. The 2 on the left are brand new in ice. And so now you can get a full ice natural bridge. And I don't know, it's very cool. Let's go ahead and just grab some of those individual pieces, get them close to the camera. And we'll take a look at that. I'm going to need to stop it down on this just because the ice is...
Very pure white.
Yeah. Look at that.
We're getting a shadow.
So yeah, we got the basically we got the paint masters for these back, and oh no, we don't need that.
We don't need this.
No, we don't need that.
Just kidding, haha.
The ice is just always hard to capture on camera.
Okay.
There we go. So yeah, it's cool. You can see you've got like the little blue veins there. So like a lot of those a lot of the accents are different colors, which really helps it pop. That's nice. And this one. This is the other new piece. Oh baby. It's fine, it didn't break.
Where's that soundboard?
Let's see. That's not even a sound for this. Alright.
I don't know, he flubbed.
Got that. Look at you, like, knowing how the soundboard works immediately, though.
It's like I have one on my phone.
That's fair. So we got those. Let's get the hellscape up close.
Yeah.
I think people want to see.
All right.
Let's see. There we go. Go ahead and give it a spin. Yeah. Look at that.
See those little details?
Yeah. So you got a little lava in the cracks and all that. Let's see. Is this made of cheese? Yes. Yeah, so all the hellscape stuff is going to be yellow.
We went to the moon and we mined it for hellscape.
Yeah. I really love the detail. I'm not sure if it was Aaron or Hamster probably Aaron who designed this, but I love that the stalagmites hanging off the bottom of the bridge go red.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like it's still a little drippy.
Is this on your radar? Yeah, NPC Charles. We looked into it and we changed the paint that was yellowing on the ice pieces. So they shouldn't yellow anymore.
Oh yeah, we had a scientist and everything help us figure that one out.
Yeah. Oh, look at the skull on that. Nice. Let's see. But yeah. So I love the way the bridge looks. I'm very excited about the Hellscape Bridge. But that's not the only new Hellscape sets we have coming in.
Before we do that.
What's up?
What's the word for the giveaway?
Are we doing the giveaway now?
We're gonna do the giveaway now.
Okay.
We're gonna do it now.
let's get a word for that, and then we'll go to the other.
Okay.
Science or bridge have been suggested.
Bridge. Just do bridge.
Just do bridge.
Like the game.
All right. The way this giveaway works, anybody is eligible anywhere. We can do a $50 gift card to the Dwarven Forge store for anybody internationally. If you live in the United States, we could also send you a basic Caverns or a starter dungeon if you'd like those, or you can get the gift card. But yeah, internationally, we can only do the store gift card. Can you get Pledge Manager credit? You might be able to apply the gift card to Pledge Manager credit. I'd have to check. I'm not sure.
That is something we'll have to ask.
Yeah, that's something I'd have to ask.
If that's what you're interested in, just when Chris messages you,
yeah,
we'll iron out the details with you.
I'd have to check with them. I don't want to say yes or no because I'm not involved in that.
Wow, this is actually like fantastic.
Yeah, like I really like the way the details on it. I'm so excited. That's gonna look so good in like just looking at how jagged that bridge piece is. Like
I
that
wish
actually.
we had hellscape pieces to.
What's that?
I wish we had hellscape pieces here to like throw them up on top.
We do, because this isn't the only new hellscape set.
Would you look at that segue?
I'm gonna pull out this bin. We also have the Caverns core. We also have the Caverns core and the Advanced Caverns core. So I mean that's from the Advanced Caverns core, right there. These are also coming in Hellscape. So we've got a bunch of new floors and walls that were never in Hellscape before. I love the cascading pools wall in Hellscape. Do we type bridge now? Yeah. If you to enter the giveaway, just type bridge in chat and you'll be entered.
What can you guys see? You guys can see.
I actually gave you a little
Data.
light,
Yes.
and what I love about that wall that you just put down. So a lot of the floors in the original Hellscape stuff didn't really have that much lava on it. They had like thin cracks. What I love about some of these walls and floors that came in is we basically made all the cracks in between lava. So like you've actually got like a super lava heavy floor there attached to that wall. So I'm really excited about like having that in Hellscape.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Having the stepped floor is good. Essentially heated caverns. Yeah, so this whole thing is about the convection system. Oh, that's the whole floor.
Correct.
One of the other cool things we're doing about having the Caverns core in. So with this, we will have every single paint scheme for the Caverns core in the store. And so one of the cool things about it is the texture patches that come with them will be different for each. So we have like the lava texture patches to go with the Hellscape lava core. I'm very excited about that. Currently that light is just shining into the camera.
Yeah.
That's not helping anybody.
Oh, you don't want that?
No.
I just wanted to shine a light on what's really important. The camera.
So I don't know. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
Mace, can you show the bridge? Oh yeah, I guess we could build the bridge into this pretty quickly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
We'll probably do a quick sample build at some point to show this going over a terrain tray with the lava banks. We don't have that in the room currently. Pricing on the Hellscape Caverns core? I don't have the price off the top of my head. It should be... My estimate is it would be a little bit more than the others because Hellscape is generally a more expensive paint job because it's more steps. So it should be a little bit more than the Caverns core, Ice, and Underdoom. Would be my estimate, but I don't think it'll be a ton more.
So that's what it looks like. I guess I could put a few Hellscape pieces underneath the bridge itself. Do you want to come play with it?
What is happening over here? Sure, yeah, I'll come play with it.
Okay. And then I'll just hop on the chat. That's cool, that's cool. Alright, we're doing a little seat swapsies.
Seat swap! Woo woo!
That's another part that's nefarious for Mace on the Anvils, is we always do a seat swap. It's like a fire drill, but even better because Hellscape gets pulled out and that's when we do it.
It's like a fire drill, but not because Nate has used too much fog.
Bruh.
Oh, right. Oh, no, I just let you go over to the soundboard.
It's all good. I'm done now.
This is a terrible idea. This is why you wanted a seat swap.
Maybe.
So, fun thing about the whole floor. So, we got that as expected. So, the lid piece, it has like the flat top so that it will fit cleanly in the floor. Oh. So that way it will fit cleanly in the floor if you want it to fit cleanly in the floor.
There you go.
You can also flip it over to have it be rockier ground if you want, and you can freestand it.
Put the dado on!
And then it's not a dado, this is a Luma. But because it's cheese...
Wow.
Wow.
That's some good cheese.
So I don't know, it's, just the underlighting on all these.
Oh.
It's very nice. I like, it's, because we're getting because these were initially designed not to be lava, they have thicker cracks in between. So because of that, it just feels like they have more lava bursting through than a lot of the existing Hellscape floors, which gives some more
dangerous.
Yes. So it gives more visual variety to it. I like the way,
I'm really impressed with how the light shines through too.
On the gullwing corner?
Oh, look at that.
I love the there's these ripples that I like a lot.
Yeah.
It was because that was the thing with a lot of these pieces was okay, these initially weren't designed to have lava, so where do we
we got fire.
Where do we put the lava on these? This is the fungus corner. The yellow fungus corner is that now.
That translated really well.
Yeah, this came out better than I was afraid it would. Oh, also, and the thing everybody wants to know about, the little salamander on this corner is red.
Oh.
Look at that.
Little Sally.
Little Sally. So you got that. You got any questions? How's everybody?
I don't see any questions yet.
Is there anything anybody wants to see that we haven't shown yet?
When will these be in store?
So these are the next restock coming in. We just got the Paint Masters approved, so they are now producing these in earnest. We were hoping to have them by the end of the year, but we asked them to prioritize making all the Wildlands stuff before making this, because it was important that we get Wildlands out. So because of that, this ended up getting produced later than we wanted. Most optimistic estimate would be end of January, beginning of February. The safe bet would probably be mid-February.
I would say, yeah, or spring.
Or spring. Well, doesn't spring not start until like
March.
mid-March? I don't think it'll take that long. We'll see. I guess the thing is it depends like when they actually start producing it. But like I wouldn't expect them to have the container ready until like the end of the year at the earliest. So
can you show the light under the bridge piece?
Oh, yeah.
And then Merc would also like to see the helix column wall piece IDK the right name. I think he means that curvy
What did he call it?
helix column wall piece.
Helix column wall piece. Oh, the one that has like the dwarvenite vein. The iron ore wall or whatever it's called. This one right here. So this one has a good amount of like lava to the floor. Oh wow! Look at the way
that
the light
effect.
actually.
Yeah.
Look at the way the light reflects off of the iron on it.
That's
actually.
wonderful.
That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick.
And then the bridge. Did you?
Yeah, the bridge.
I know
Okay,
I'm
so
asking you
the
to
bridge
pop around.
pedestal takes the light underneath like that. Which actually, I guess if you're underlighting, is the light strong enough? Well, I guess that's the thing. Yeah. The bridge itself, since it's painted black on both sides, probably won't get a lot of translucency on this piece just because it has no yellow bottom.
Speaking of bridge, that is the word for the giveaway. So if you've not been able to enter now because we will be rolling soon.
There we go. And then this is the light shining up through. It's a bit fainter on this because it has to shine up through an entire block to reach the
It
spot that
still
you're seeing
looks
there.
great.
Yeah.
Also, if you would be like it's realistic to the actual environment.
Yes. That's the thing. So you're probably going to... Oh, actually, since this one has a shallower floor,
There
the
you
lava
go. That's
shines.
awesome.
Lava shines pretty hard on this piece. So that's the. This isn't the full Hellscape core. This is only one of each of the brand new pieces that have never been in Hellscape before, that are in the Caverns core and the Advanced Caverns core. Oh yeah, this was never made in Hellscape before.
Yeah, I like that piece a lot,
Yeah.
actually. That's one of my favorites.
So we got that.
Do you want to do a countdown?
Countdown for the giveaway?
For the giveaway.
Yeah. Guys, you got 20 more seconds to enter. Type bridge if you have not typed bridge yet for a chance to win a $50 gift card for the store.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's internationally available.
I just want to see what
Mistake.
all of these are. I just
I
let
think
me...
I've already played them.
We need more. That's not enough soundboard. Hey,
We do.
we're rolling it.
We're rolling it. Yeah,
Congrats,
go ahead and roll
Hoppy
the giveaway.
Hippo.
Wait, Hoppy won?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, Hoppy. I might have your email. I think you...
Oh, we have fun here. Congrats, Hoppy.
This is that stepped floor with the light shining underneath.
He's done.
Hoppy, I think I have your information from something in the past. It might have been the anniversary week. I'm pretty sure you've won something before.
Congrats.
So, yeah, I will message you after this. We'll figure out if you want the gift card or a set. We will work that out. Also, Tamarack, if you're watching, I have not forgotten about your Reliquaries prototype. Need to check with Nate about
Which one?
what we're good to give. Yeah, and then see what the options are so that Tamarack can select the one that they want that we can do. I just need to check and see what the options are, and then I need to ask Tamarack. But yeah, we've not forgotten about that.
Swell.
Is there anything else with these pieces that people needed to see?
Oh, you could build a fire and ice build.
We don't have enough pieces. We just have...
I'm not asking you to do the impossible. I just
don't-
want you to mix fire and ice and make a nice build without either of them melting.
If you mix
or
fire and
cooling
ice, you get
down.
water tiles.
Is this how we're gonna make them again? we're gonna. This is how.
We gave you all the tools.
It's a little bit of DIY, but
Yeah.
you have it in your hands. You
Yeah.
have the power.
Yeah.
Rabbit Burner says
I don't
no.
I'm really happy with how these came out.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Either Hamster or Aaron, either of them had done a great job, and I'm sure the other one played very good moral support.
Aaron really created a wonderful work of art, and Hamster
was there for her.
Hamster was there shouting the whole time.
Yeah.
Hamster
You know
was
what his
extremely
shout
vocally.
sounded like?
Hmm?
Do you know what his shout sounded like?
Let's go, baby!
No. I'm actually done. I'm sorry. I think it's amusing.
You want
I'm
a white
5
swap?
years old. Okay, we can swap.
All right.
again.
Let's go.
All right, and this is why Chris and I do not have our own show, is because he would probably kill me with that within the first hour.
This has been a lot of fun. What was that? Light under the wall bit with the pools? Oh, that cascading pool wall. It's the one that's got the circles. Not that one. It's the wall.
Oh, this guy. Yeah,
wall's got the circles
you said
on it.
cascading pool.
Oh, yes, the wall's got the circle. Yeah, it's cascading pools right there.
And that's just the light
Yeah.
underneath, too, and it's still hitting up there.
Let's do blackout real quick.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Ooh.
I'm pretty happy with this. And obviously, this is with us shoving a Luma cube under it as opposed to the actual light panels
The light panel.
and all that jazz. Yeah.
Oh, ow, bright.
Sorry.
Bright light.
Let's see. What else do we have here? I heard wife swap? That is what I said, yes. Wait till she gets a drill out. Oh, God.
Drill?
Yeah. All right.
I don't understand.
Nate has often
Does he need
decided
something
in the
to
middle of a
toss?
stream. So when he was streaming out of his garage, multiple times
Or
he
you
was
can't
like,
control him.
oh, you know what? And he would go and he would saw a piece in half, or he would
It's his own pieces.
grab a drill.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it was his own pieces, and it was in his garage, so like whatever. He hasn't done it as much since we've been in here.
I
but
think
yeah.
he knows that I would sniff it out a mile away.
When we got the fogger in, what he did was he went and he drilled through a spouted floor to create an actual hole and put the fogger under it.
Renovations.
Yeah.
They come with a cost.
2-panel light panel pack coming. I think what we're actually doing is we are. I don't know what the ETA on it was.
I just want to show off this guy.
I need to check in on that. We were talking about making light panels just an a la carte thing.
Zoom out.
I need to check on that.
Oh, wrong way.
But yeah, I don't know, I'm very excited about that. 2-panel expansion in the next restock, I think. Yeah, we're doing something with that. I need to check in on that. Love the ice bridge. Yeah, same. It's so funny to me that 2 of these pieces already existed and the other 2 didn't. So like we got that close to making an ice bridge in Caverns Deep. I'm very happy.
We're getting a little funky with this.
But I don't know, with this, like this is the last bit of the major cavern reconfigurations that we had in mind for the present. And what we've been looking at now is dungeons. Plan for next year is to have a bunch of new dungeon configurations come out. So any of the stuff that you're wanting to see in regards to that, let us know. Oh my God.
Allow me to play with my toys.
Cliffs and passages, please. And some of it too is like, how many of these do we actually need to make? And that was part of the discussion, was how many of these do we actually need to make a new configuration for, and how many of them is it just like we need, like with this pack already exists and we need to just have it in stock, you know? Now we need ice to normal cavern transitions back in stock so I can use ice caverns with the rest of the collection. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Those transition pieces are really hard to keep in stock. Yeah, it's hard to justify ordering them in large enough numbers. Crystals are one of the things we've been talking about. Crystals is tricky. Are older configurations still being made? The ones that are feasible are. It's basically what we've been doing is looking at the store and going like, okay, which of these should we be keeping around, and which of these need to be rethought Like a lot of the Caverns Deep encounters, we can't really keep around. Just the way that they were made is not feasible to restock in the store. Dungeon of Doom encounters are easier to keep in stock, at least a couple of them. Like Zoltar's Game Room and the Lever Chamber. Like there's a couple encounters in Dungeon of Doom that are perfectly easy to keep in stock. So, yeah. Yeah.
See?
Rock Slide, Rock Ramp from the Wicked Cavern Pack and Dungeon Set. That's what we've been talking about with the dungeons a lot. Is we were looking at it, it's like I feel like the basic bread and butter, with the exception of a couple pieces, is not that hard to get in Dungeon of Doom. The thing that we really want to free up is a lot of those traps and themed accessories and stuff that are kind of stuck in large encounters that we can't really restock very easily. So we're looking at how do we make these traps more accessible? How do we make these cool features more accessible? So that's a lot of like what we're talking about for next year's reconfigurations. But I feel like with Caverns Deep, especially with the different paint schemes, we were kind of screwed, or we were not in a great starting point in terms of bread and butter. So we had to focus on like these core sets a lot. I think with dungeons we have more freedom to start off with more specialty pieces. So we can't give any hard confirmations currently. Like we literally have been talking about it now and figuring out what those configurations are going to be. But we know like we want to make like the vaulted diagonal walls easy to get. We're going to be slightly resculpting the classic diagonal walls and stuff like that, and like the secret door wall, to bring them up to speed. Some of those initial KS1 dungeon pieces need to be slightly retooled to actually work perfectly with the new stuff. So that's the thing. We've got Chuck working on it. We've got Tyler working on it. We've got Toby working on it. Like that's kind of the thing right now. Is we're all. Yeah. Are you planning future sets to be more reproducible? Yes. That's a big thing.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
we want to make the store as self-sustainable as possible, as well as appealing to everyone. And what we currently have is very much a reflection of the Kickstarters we had launched with. But that's the whole point of the reconfiguration, is to make it so that it's not just for Kickstarter backers, but it's actually for anybody who wants to enter into that realm.
Mm-hmm. Rabbit is not paying me to say this. Castles? Castles is hard. The small watchtower, I think, was a good first step, and it sold pretty well. It's been like the small watchtower has been selling well, which is fantastic. Castles has been probably the hardest biome to crack, simply because the size of it and the scale of it, how much you need to get started.
It's hard to do a starter with something that requires a bigger step in. Castles is
a hard thing to look at and go like, here's just a little bit of bread and butter,
right?
And like have it be something.
It's the fountain.
Cool. Construct a castle was like a step towards it. There's also things like burrows and sewers where we're looking at it and it's like, I think these need a few more pieces to be fleshed out, or they didn't quite get the messaging they needed to really get fleshed out.
The Count's Castle.
The Count's Castle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Count's Castle is the starter, really. So it's a thing. We know we've still got some stuff to work on, but I think all these Caverns core restocks, this was basically us trying to prove that there was value in going back and doing this. And so far, they've all been working well. And then we did those wargaming reconfigurations with city sets and the small watchtower and the ruins pieces. And literally every single reconfiguration we have done has been selling well.
Yes.
So that's made it very easy to then go like, cool, let's double down on this next year.
Yeah.
Let's go into this and like hit the rest of these biomes hard. And so that's currently what that's a big thing we're looking at for next year.
It's also something that it takes longer than you would probably think to get it done, because the molds aren't exactly set up to be in the best of our favor sometimes. But like this is a project that's been worked on for easily 2 years now.
We were working on these reconfigurations before Wildlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute since we started, but as we age more and more, we're going more and more into being a self-sustaining web store, fingers crossed with that. And it's actually, since all the changes that have come to the web store and everything, it's proven that people do like buying on the web store, and it's not just Kickstarter, which is really cool to see. And we're hoping to make it the best available option for both worlds too, because we still love Kickstarters when I do Kickstarters, but also it's like, we don't want you to only have one time a year where you can get stuff. We don't like that we have things out of stock, so we want to be able to have everything available for you in the best selection possible, and that takes retooling, refiguring it out, time, and then also like actually working with the factory and all that stuff. But it's proved to be very much worth it, and something that I think is in a lot of people's interests.
Mm-hmm. So that's the thing, is we're putting a lot of our time and attention right now into figuring out, okay, what do we need to just take off of the store right now, and just say like, yeah, you know, we're not making this, like, we're like, these pieces are gonna have to come out in a different set.
It's not getting rid of things on the web store, it's just channeling them into new places.
Because outside of actually having the stock, people's perception when they get to the store is a big thing.
It can be confusing too. Like I had to take a little bit of time this past month to figure out exactly which sets I wanted to get. It's so much better, and the tag system on the sidebar helps worlds beyond what it was before. So we're getting there every step of the way, and it can be confusing just because we have a lot, and Dwarven Forge, even if you're not trying to buy it, is already kind of like, how does this work? Is it like, and you just have to be like, it's kind of like Legos, but it doesn't snap together. So it's a lot to take in when you're a new person to terrain in general anyway. So getting it as easy as possible and like as a good offer.
Because the reality is, for years the store was just the store was basically just like, after a Kickstarter, everything just gets thrown on there. There's not a lot of care put into it, and it was never actually curated as a store. And so now we're having to go back and do all of that. Like,
we're doing our homework now. We were kind of dropping the homework ball, but now one of our major focuses as a company has become doing our homework instead of just getting excited, steamrolling, and then continuing to go. It's like, we want to sustain what we have going.
Yeah. So it's not moving as quickly as we would like, perhaps, but like, everything that we're doing is seeing results. And that's down to changing stuff in the store. That's down to making new configurations that are at price points that make sense for people, and giving people like a very clear path of how to grow their collection. It's coming down to the video stuff. We've got 2 videos.
Oh, yeah. You guys did a great job with the videos, too.
We've got 2 videos in a new series that are in the final stages of approval, and it looks like they'll both be able to go up before the end of the year, which I'm excited about.
Cool.
And I think those are going to help a lot.
Love to see it.
We're trying out this bundling system. We're trying to, as much as possible, make this stuff accessible.
What?
Yeah.
This stuff?
It's been very hard to get
available to people?
Oh, somebody was asking about the Joy of Painting videos. Those are some of our top. Those are some of our top priorities. The Wildlands painting videos are some of our top priorities for the new year. Before the end of the year, we've got these like where to start videos. We've got a general overview of the whole of Dwarven Forge as a whole, and then a Caverns video that should be out by the end of the year, hopefully. And then I need to cut down that unboxing we did on stream into an unboxing video for the main channel.
We are a wee company. I know it seems big production, but just because we haven't gotten to something yet doesn't mean it won't happen. It just means it takes a little bit longer, because Aaron's like doubling down on everything. You have a ton of videos to edit, and paint is one of our top priorities too, and we're going to get those out. But I will say, we do have a great backlog of some of the sets available on YouTube, and if you have questions or concerns or just want to know some stuff, Hobby Hang is a great resource for like color mixing and like knowing how to, like, you can ask Hamster straight up, and if you want to post in our Discord or social channels or email us, Erin's happy to get the answer and then let you know how it's going. It's not incredibly clear right now, but that's like the fastest answer we can have until we get the painting videos up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
With
we're also
Bob Ross.
talking about we're talking about heading into the new year, making some painting videos that are that will cover more than just the base paint scheme for a biome.
Nice.
Seeing if we can get some of that stuff out there, because the reality is we're not going to be able to make a painting video for every specialty piece. We're not going to be able to do like a video that is just the Quilton tree or just the black rot tree, but we can maybe do a video that goes over some techniques that are commonly applied across a lot of the specialty pieces that can touch on. Yeah, we did this for the runes and the Quilton tree and and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And kind of show you how to get to that stuff.
Some dry coats.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out how to do all that. We're trying to revamp a lot of video stuff and stream stuff. Next year should be a big year for us. We've been.
Woo.
If you saw any of the like behind the scenes, we did a camera for like the first and the final stream of Reliquaries that just kind of showed the entire room in here. We've been majorly revamping this production room to be able to do more stuff, and we've got really big plans, and we're moving towards making a lot of really cool stuff that I think is going to help both streams and videos. We want to do some painting PDFs as well, IME. The PDFs seem really helpful for people. Yep. Seagulash, the holiday bundles are being sold through the end of the month, is my understanding. But if you want them to be delivered for sure in time for Christmas, for Canada,
it's the 10th.
It needs to be the 10th.
It's 10th. For the US, it's the 14th. Unfortunately, it's already passed for worldwide shipping. You might still get it, but it ended 2 days ago. We can't guarantee it.
Oh, another thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that Jay wanted me to mention. We just struck a new deal with, is it DHL? For shipping to Europe?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, it is.
I don't know if it's started yet or if it's not starting till the new year. It might have already started. But it's only for web store stuff. It's for stuff that gets sent from the warehouse in the U.S. It should, in theory, actually be a cheaper shipping option than we've had for the EU.
Well, and the other option was always... it typically worked out really well, but then it would have enough red flags in it that it just isn't that efficient. And it seems DHL has been working out really well recently, too. But we would have a few packages lost here or there, or the shipping tracking info that we were given is not correct, or we were giving it too soon, and then they give us a different tracking code. Anyway, customer service backside, but... Yeah,
Chuck's saying it started now. So, EU customers, I don't understand terribly much about that world, but yeah, we were using DHL now for... DHL. We're using DHL, not unleaded, for EU orders, which should be an improvement, from my understanding.
Yes.
As somebody who doesn't work in that field.
Yes.
Man.
Should we...
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to address. I'm really excited for these pieces to come out.
Do we have OTA next week?
The goal is to have OTA. I won't be running it. We'll need to have somebody else run it because I'm flying home for the holidays that night. Was that?
You hinting at something?
Hinting at something? If you want to run it, or maybe someone else? I don't know.
Who's someone else?
I don't know. Somebody would have to train on how to use this stuff.
Well, now that I know the soundboard, I might just have to.
Yeah.
So next week we have On the Anvil. The following 2 weeks, Nate's out, correct?
Yeah. Next week's On the Anvil might be the final stream. I think Hamster might still do the Hobby Hang next week as well. We're doing the Hobby Hang tomorrow. Don't you close the Mace and Chris show with a big song and dance number anymore?
Oh, I forgot.
We're not quite at the end now.
Oh.
Mace on the soundboard all week will be great. Oh, man, they're going to be torturing Nate with
Chris
the soundboard. I'll put some more stuff on the soundboard for you.
During Wildlands, did spend a little bit of time learning choreography. Like, not even kidding you. We learned how to do the hustle. And
that's right.
Chris can dance.
Man, we weren't doing TikTok at the time, so we never actually monetized that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
We authentically learned the hustle because we were... Why did we do that?
I think... we started singing it. We were delirious because it was Kickstarter, and then we had time to kill before the first stream of the day.
Yeah, why? There was some reason we authentically started learning the hustle.
It was for fun. We were hanging out as pals.
I don't do anything for fun.
Oh,
I do
that's
everything.
right.
I do everything for content.
Oh, that's not you. Maybe I didn't learn the hustle with you then.
No, I distinctly remember learning the hustle.
I know. I'm kidding.
Did we find just like a weird YouTube video of somebody teaching the hustle, and so we thought it was funny, and so we were watching it
because
and then
we wanted to learn the hustle. Because we were talking about dance and the hustle, and we were singing the hustle, and then I had asked you if you knew how to hustle.
Singing the hustle as though it's more than 3 words.
Hustle? What?
Singing the hustle as though it's more than 3 words over and over.
Do the hustle. Do dudes count as words?
Well, I mean,
I don't remember it. Wait,
they're not making it with their mouth.
It's step, side, step.
Yeah, singing the hustle is just do the hustle.
Side,
yeah.
Step, kick, down, clap, up, clap.
Yeah, it had more stuff than I thought because my entire perception of the hustle came from Futurama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where the only thing he really did for it is just...
No, it's more. It's so much more.
Yeah,
Matt Groening didn't want to animate the whole hustle.
That's like all he did on Futurama, though.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, is that Fry?
That's Fry. Yeah. He's like doing it in protest. He's like hustling outside the door for a long time. Do they sing it or is it chanted? That's fair. The dancers might not be the ones even saying it.
Actually.
It is chanted. It's a cult song.
It's like a yawp. Like a whole...
It's a yawp.
Grottle. Yeah.
All right. Are you on TikTok now? Yeah. So basically, next year's on the Anvil, from my understanding, is Nate really wanted to do one. I really wanted to do one. I'm kind of bummed I don't get to be part of it. Looking over the last year and talking about what we want to accomplish next year, basically.
Precious.
Kind of a recap and a what to look forward to stream. So
we've come a long way.
We have come a long way. And now we started from the bottom.
And now we're here. Do you know the dance for that one?
No, there's a dance for that one?
I just assumed that every song has a dance.
I thought it was like just a dude like
from
standing
the bottom,
in a
now
room.
Here. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's a dance.
State of the Forge, something like that. Yeah. So I guess since I don't get to do that, thank you guys for kind of being there and being supportive through all this stuff. Mason and I were talking about this earlier. This year has been like really hard for like I feel like this year was harder than 2020 for some reason.
It was. I think it's because the consequences of 2020 are still rolling on. So while it was 1 year where we were putting up with that, it's like, oh, but we're not done putting up with this yet, and then there's just new stuff.
Just kind of the strain of it.
Well, and the fact, I think it's also workplace wise. Wildlands was a lot and draining, and Reliquaries wasn't as much, but it was very structured. So for whatever reason, doing an entirely new setup kind of, it was it's a lot of head turning back and forth and getting whiplash kind of thing, I think.
And I think it's been also just managing all the shipping struggles and everything have also been kind of frustrating on our end.
Yeah.
And it's also like we're doing a ton of stuff behind the scenes that we can't really talk about entirely just to try and do cooler, bigger, better things.
Yeah. Well, it's like with that and with shipping and with a lot of other things, there's some things that just don't end up in our favor either. Mm-hmm. So even though we try the bigger, better things, sometimes it doesn't always pan out.
We also just had like a lot of weird, like non-work related, like weird stuff happen. So many of us like had to move this year.
Yep.
Which was hard during a pandemic.
Exhausting.
The state of real estate. Yeah, the amount of us who had like really weird apartment stuff going on while we were also having to like
more than half the team moved.
More than half the team moved, and a significant portion of them like had some real bad stuff like complicate the moving process as we were prepping Reliquaries. So like that was like super stressful for a lot of people. And then I think also
just talking about it, I'm like wilting.
I think also just like not like getting to the reality of just how long we've had to go without being able to like hang out the way that we used to hang out.
I know.
In the office has been hard.
Yeah.
We're trying to do that, you know.
I'm gonna force it. I'm gonna
But like
a whole
remote
takeover.
hangouts. Letitia came in for the final day of Reliquaries, and like just realizing like I had not seen Letitia in like
Easily a year.
over a year and a half.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen Letitia in over a year and a half. And like, you know, we would hang out in calls and stuff and everything, and we would do a couple stuff, and like none of the remote stuff, like
It's not
none
the
of
same.
that. Yeah, none of that like felt
It's
the
just
same.
not.
Because that was one of the coolest things about. It's one of the coolest things about this office is just the energy of having everybody together. And
Everyone's so delightful and fun. It's
Yeah.
like, why make social plans outside of, this is such an unhealthy idea, but why make social plans outside of work when all my favorite people already are by daytime?
yeah,
I'll just be antisocial at night. It's cool. It's healthy. It's great. It's good for me.
yeah,
But I do. Everybody here genuinely is like very supportive, a bright spirit, and like I do think we have potentially the funniest office in the world.
yes. We should be a sitcom.
Oh my gosh! Why
We should
aren't
have a sitcom that's
We
just
should
like
get a film crew in
it's just
here.
like me and my friends hanging out.
What if we had like a weekly or maybe like twice a week show that just streamed live, where we were
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, maybe on Twitch or something. I don't know.
And like one of us is like always high, and then like another one is like the other one is like a total ladies man,
Who's
but
that?
like kind of dumb.
Who are these people? We can't cast anyone like that.
So you didn't go to a film school where
I know that's the standard characters. I'm saying in the office.
we had a sitcom. We had or not a sitcom. We had like a web series class at my school and
a class for it.
a class for web series stuff, and
That's
we
not
had
bad.
to come up with a pitch for a web series.
You paid for
And
it?
literally in my class of like 60, yeah, I paid money for that. I'm
How
still
Smosh
paying money
do
for
it?
that.
Yeah.
And like literally out of my class of like 16, literally 10 of them, their pitch was just, yeah, it's just me and my roommates hanging out. And yeah, like one of us is a stoner and the other one is like just dating all the time. And it was
It's
like
a show about nothing. We have one
Yeah.
girl, there's 3 guys. One of them has crazy hair and crazy ideas. The other one is unlucky in love, lives with his parents, and the third one loves cereal. Oh, and the girl's cool.
we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do a thing like Worm Life. Partially because a good amount of the people here prefer not being on camera randomly.
It's
And
also
so we want to make sure everybody is aware of when they're going to be filmed and is comfortable with it.
their team is easily twice the size. They
Yeah.
do very much like this is what's happening this day in the office. And honestly, we kind of want to just be able to work and do our meetings without necessarily having it recorded. I don't think anybody minds the behind the scenes stuff going on, but I do think that the first 8 hours of the day at least have to be dedicated to getting the job done because it's a small team.
And the
And
reality
we all have like 8 different hats that we wear.
and the reality of it is, even if what you're doing is just saying like be natural,
Yeah.
anytime there's a camera out, like there's always a pressure to be performing, or there's like a thing in the back of your head about like, oh, how am I being perceived right now?
Yep.
And that's not a pressure that we want to put on people on like a daily basis. And so when we were making the documentary stuff for Reliquaries, that was like a huge thing, was just making sure every time that anybody's going to be on camera, like a thing like we've cleared it with them ahead of time. Some people like have more boundaries than others, and just like making sure like the whole point is like if we're making somebody uncomfortable to shoot this, it's not worth it.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not
So
fun
like
for
some
anyone.
people are only voiceover because they get nervous being on camera, and that's fine. We don't need to put them on camera if they don't want to be on camera. But yeah, so it's just it's all that. You mean this right now is all scripted? A little bit.
Line? Yep, push it.
Bruh.
All right, well, good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. That's how we're closing out. That's all I wanted. That's all I needed. We
Yeah.
appreciate your support so much. I'm so happy to be back on the Anvil and to have the unhinged no Nate.
Yeah.
Not that it is hinged with Nate, but it is slightly differently unhinged with me and Chris. So
It's
thank
definitely a
you for
different vibe.
having me, Chris.
This stream was so millennial.
Thanks for giving me your soundboard. It was maybe the most millennial stream today.
I'm going to put a lot more sound effects on this
Have to.
by next week.
That's
so
your
that,
first task.
So that I want you to just constantly throughout next week's stream.
Can I approve them? Can I send you suggestions?
Yeah, let me know which ones you want. I will make an
Okay,
entire
great,
folder
great.
of just sound effects,
All
and
right.
I want you to just,
Have
without
at it.
warning, keep
That's-
interrupting Nate with.
That's the week I get fired. That's the one.
I want it
see
to.
your
I
plan
want it
now.
to be the worst day of his life.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
All right, bye everyone.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys.